Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Dr. Derri, and welcome back to another episode of Debt Free with Derri. So today I'm going to be starting off my video by giving you all my top 5 budgeting tips and tricks. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so let's get into tip number 1. The first tip that I have is to actually make a budget. Sit down, think about all of your expenses, write everything down, and write the budget out. The only way to start budgeting and to start getting your debt snowball going is to actually write down what you're spending and how much you're spending, and then that way you can see what you have left over. So when I first started out doing budgeting, I just had a notebook, like a notepad, and I was just going through writing down all the expenses that we had each month that we had to pay. And then after that, I wrote down a list of all of our debts, and I wrote them down from least to greatest, and then we started just knocking them out one by one. And in the first year of budgeting, we knocked out a good number. I think we knocked out 5 debts in the first year. So we're only down to 4 now, 2 of those being my student loans. So definitely make the budget, and that's where you need to start. So if you're new to budgeting, you want to start by writing your income down, how much money you make per month. If you're in a double income household like I am, you want to write down how much both of you are going to be contributing to what. Me and my husband, we have a joint account, and then we have our own separate accounts. So we have a certain amount of money that we put into our joint account each month, and we use that to pay bills. And then I have bills that come out of my account that I pay for, and then he has bills that comes out of his account that he pays for. And so that's what works for us, and that way, you know, that's the way we're rocking. So if you're in a double income household, definitely figure out how you're going to pay the bills, if you're going to have one complete joint account, or if you're going to have separate accounts. And if you're going to have separate accounts, just make sure you know who's going to pay for what and how to go about it. Okay. Tip number 2. Use cash when you can. So I have been utilizing the cash envelopes now for about a year, and I really like using the cash envelopes. However, right now there is like a coin shortage, so a lot of places aren't accepting cash as much, but I definitely try to use cash when I can. Using cash has definitely minimized the amount of money that I'm spending on random items, and I'm not just wiping my card every chance I get. So I definitely have noticed a decrease in my spending, especially by using cash. So when I get my nails done, I use cash. When I get gas, I use cash. I prefer to use cash when getting groceries, but for this month and last month, I did take the cash out of our account, but I did put the cash for the groceries back into my personal debit account, because the grocery stores that I have been shopping at have been requiring you to use your card instead of cash because they don't have change. So use cash when possible. It definitely cuts back on your spending. That is number 2. Number 3, cut out any unnecessary bills. So after you make that budget and you see all the bills that you have, cut out little stuff that you don't need, or things that you don't need right now while you're trying to get out of debt. For instance, I know someone that had an alarm on her window. Like, if you got an alarm for the house, I don't think one for the window is going to be, you know, that much more beneficial. So you can kind of cut that out. We don't have cable. We don't pay a cable bill. We do have Sling, which is slightly cheaper than cable, so we're saving a little bit there. I did not have a car note, and then someone hit my car and I had to get another car, but I tried to pay my car off. I paid my car off in 7 months. So things that you can kind of knock those out really quickly. Before we started the debt snowball, like we had a storage shed that was like $40 a month. We just went ahead and knocked that out. Just went ahead and paid it, you know, just trying to minimize the number of bills, because sometimes when you have a lot of bills, you tend to forget what you paid and when you paid and things like that. So minimizing bills definitely helps. Also, when I was in pharmacy school and I lived by myself, it's kind of hard to do it now since I don't live by myself anymore, but I used to cut everything off when I left my apartment. So my electric bill when I was living alone was like $50, $60, sometimes even $40 a month. So any way that you can cut costs, definitely try to use that, okay? Tip number 4 is to do your research on different types of financial freedom plans. There are different types out there. For instance, I'm kind of loosely following the debt snowball. There's also like an avalanche method where you try to pay off the highest interest rate loan first, and you kind of start at the top and kind of work your way to the bottom. You don't see progress as quickly as you would with the debt snowball, but just, you know, research different types of financial freedom plans and see which one works best for you and follow that. For us, the debt snowball has been working pretty well for us. We started knocking out those small ones, and now we're getting to the more bigger loans. So our progress is going to start to slow down after we get the next 3 loans paid off. So once we get those paid off, it will start to slow down a little bit. But I feel like we have made great progress with the debt snowball. I don't follow it to a T, but we definitely utilize different methods from different financial freedom plans. Okay, so definitely do your research, watch as many debt-free journey videos as you can, and just gain knowledge about different ways to do different things. So that is tip number 4. And tip number 5 is, if you're able to, try to find another source of income. So even if it's not like a lot, even if it's only $200 extra a month, if you're able to pay an extra $200, $100, $200, anything that you can help pay towards debt, that helps. I mean, I'm not saying go out and get a little job and, you know, not have any time for yourself or not have any mental freedom time as well. But if you're able to, you know, if you have a few extra hours here and there, definitely find a second source of income. For me, I like to craft and make things, so I sell a lot of stuff. I don't have an Etsy store yet. I'm actually thinking about maybe trying to open up an Etsy store, but I like to make stuff when I want to make stuff. So yeah, like, so I do sewing, I do embroidery, I do glasses, pop sockets, t-shirts. I do things, those are things that I enjoy doing because I like to craft. So that is what I do to make a little extra income every now and then. My husband has a second income. As you all know, we have a dog business, so that is how we have another source of income as well. And that has also been one of the ways that we're able to pay our debt down the way we have been. So definitely try to find another source of income if you have the time and if you have the mental capacity to do so. I have considered getting like a part-time job somewhere, but with the job that I currently have, it's just easier for me to just pick up an extra shift here and there because I'll make a lot more money doing that than getting a second job. So I do try to pick up at least 1 extra shift per month, and then if I pick up at least 1 extra shift a month, that's an extra $500 to $1,200 depending on how long the shift is. So I definitely always try to do that. So that's kind of like a second source of income for myself as well, is trying to pick up extra shifts when I can. All right, so guys, I hope you enjoyed those tips. Those are some of the things that I do. As a side note, I guess this could have been a tip, but I didn't really include it. Coupon. I love couponing. I have couponed so much stuff. I don't like paying full price for anything. I guess that could be tip number 6. But definitely coupon when you can. At the grocery store that I shop at, they have digital coupons. So before I go to the checkout, I always check to make sure there's not anything in my cart that has a digital coupon, because that's instant savings right there, and it's not even that hard to do. You could just type in one of the items you have, or, you know, scroll through the list, click add the coupon, and then use your little savings card at the register, and you're saving money. So definitely try to coupon when you can and look for deals. If you're gonna buy something offline, you know, search around till you find the lowest price. Now, I'm not saying get the cheapest quality, because, you know, sometimes the quality does make a difference, but I like to price search, or, you know, I like to research prices and things like that before I purchase things, just because I like to make sure I'm making a good buy with my money and I'm not breaking the bank when I do make purchases. So those are my top, I guess, 6 tips on starting a budget. All right, so let's go ahead and get into October's numbers. All right, so to save time, I went ahead and filled out our budgeting sheet for October. I just left off a few things. So for the mortgage, we've already paid that because today is October 10th. I know I'm kind of late with posting my overview, but anyways, the internet is $59.34. It already posted, and I actually already paid it. And then I paid the $500 on the student loan, the $571 on the land, and I think all of these are accounted for as well. All right, I thought the water was gonna be done posted by the time I made this video, but it has not, so we're allocating $50 for that. Me being so eager to pay bills every month, I actually accidentally paid the land twice. like I scheduled to pay it on September 23rd, and then it wasn't out of my account by October 2nd, and I paid it again. So I already paid for November, which is crazy. Thankfully, I had extra money in my account because I worked some extra shifts. So I got an extra $1,000 at the end of September. So thankfully, I had that money in my account to account for myself paying the bill twice. So I only had about $1,600 left on my student loan interest. And so I went ahead and paid that off. So this $500 went to my student loan interest, and then I also paid $1,175 towards my student loan interest, and now my interest is paid off. So any payments going forward will be going towards the principal amount of my student loan, and I'm so excited about that. In addition to paying this, I also paid extra on the land, and I paid an uneven number. I paid $314.69 because the balance was like something $14.69 or something, like 23 or 22 something $14.69, and I was trying to make the land amount an even number. However, once I went ahead and accidentally paid twice, it still made the number uneven. So yeah, I can't believe I paid the land twice this month. So we've already paid these two amounts, which were debt snowball payments. And so at the end of the month, I do plan to make another snowball payment to my student loan. I am going to plan to pay $500 towards my student loan. And then I was gonna plan on paying $400 to the land, but I'm gonna think about it. So I might actually use that to pay towards my student loan. I'm gonna go ahead and put land right here, even though I don't think I'm gonna pay extra. But I'm gonna put $400. So the amount for debt snowball is gonna be $2,389.69. So that's what we have so far. Goals for the month. My goal every month is to pay extra on my student loan, okay? And now that I don't have any more interest, I would like to pay more quicker so that I can get my balance lower and get that lowest student loan knocked out. Alrighty, and for the calendar, I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly fill this in, and I'll be right back. Got my October sticker. Alrighty, so I went ahead and just filled out my calendar. I put on here my work days. And then I'm working out my coach that day. So yeah, this is my calendar. We're going to a wedding that day. And yeah, I got paid on the last day, I get paid on this day, and my husband gets paid on those days. Alrighty guys, so I tried to get straight to the point with my budget overview this month since I put the tips at the beginning of the video. Just a few other things I'd like to mention. I did go ahead and purchase another stock. I bought a stock in GW Pharmaceuticals because from what I've been researching, they are trying to come up with a prescription strength marijuana product. So I know that once that jumps off, their stock probably will go up. So I did invest in that. My stocks are doing pretty well. Like I said, I'm pretty much just sitting on them. I did buy that one extra stock. I think it was like $94. But when my friend first told me about that stock, it was at like $160. So I'm hoping that, you know, as time goes on, that it will increase. And yeah, so I'm just still sitting on my stocks. I will put the link in the description box below if you would like to sign up for some stocks. Also, I won another giveaway. I'm just a little giveaway queen. So I won a giveaway from Still Fit, and it was some buns of steel. It was like a little tube of buns of steel. So thank you, Still Fit, for that giveaway win. And I am getting closer to my show. If you didn't notice, my face is a little bit slimmer. But anyways, everything else is going pretty well. I'm happy that there's no interest on student loans. So yeah, that is what I'm super duper excited about. that I got my student loan interest paid off. So now my payments will be going to the principal finally. So at the end of the month, when I do my debt snowball review, you guys will kind of see how much my student loans are going down. I'm so excited about that. Like, when I first started this journey last year, my interest was just increasing my loans and increasing and increasing. And thankfully, due to the pandemic, even though I hate that we had to go through a pandemic for it to happen, this definitely gave me the opportunity to decrease the interest, because I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna ever start paying these student loans. And at the rate my interest was increasing on my student loans, I would have been like at like $330,000 to $340,000, you know, on my student loan right now if the interest was not stopped. So this was like the perfect opportunity for me to get that knocked down. That way I can start to pay that smaller student loan off. So thank you, God, for that mini blessing in this time of turmoil. But yeah, I think that's about it for now. I will talk to you guys in the next one. I hope y'all have a great week and a great month. And remember, make your budget, stick to the budget, and let's get debt free. All right, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.